Hi, folks. Put your smiley face on when you find out and really realize what Trump has been doing for both of these terms. You're going to be so happy. Even those people out there who can't stand them, I think, may just be forced to say, like him or not, he's a genius. He's a master chess player. So we're going to break this down. I want to tell you what I think is going on. You see my shows. If you follow me, you know that I think that we started the transfer of wealth in Christmas, fulfilling Kim Clement's prophecy, when basically the silver squeeze started, and all of a sudden silver started going up and up and up and up. And those people who had silver, they basically have quite a bit of money accruing in their account. But now we had something else. We had Davos, and we had Trump put the world on notice. He basically put the UN on notice. He put NATO on notice. He put the EU on notice. He put the whole world on notice. And now he does what Trump does best. He comes back and he executes. It's go time, folks. You're going to see what Trump has been busy doing. It's all been right out there in front of your faces, but unfortunately, people have very short attention spans. They don't do the research that I do, and it goes right over their head because actually, look over here, look over there, look at Minnesota, look over here. Well, we're going to focus here today. We're going to focus, and we're going to see what he is executing. It's right out of the Bible. We're in the reset. We just walked across the Red Sea, and we're in the promised land, and it's coming so fast, folks. It's going to be amazing. Let's go to the first slide, and we'll break it down. This is going to be quick. Here we go. This is what's going on. Trump made his move. The fate of the world hangs in the balance. What fate awaits the world? That's the question. So this is just going to be a real quick introduction, and then we're going to come back tomorrow, break it down on Wednesday, break it down on Thursday, and do a recap on Friday. This is just to have you think about it so that I do the whole show, you'll be in sync with me, and you'll realize the power of what this man has just done. So let's go to the next slide. And this is, in fact, Trump's plan to restore America. And then after he restores America and we have a financial standing, a financial footing, we're healed, then the plan is to restore the rest of the world and bring peace and prosperity to the world. So let's see what's in the mind of Mr. Donald J. Trump, President of the United States, or should I say, President of the world. I think this is blowing my mind. I hope it's going to blow your mind. So here's what he's done. He moved on the Fed. And what is that? To end the fiat currency and all the spheres of influence. So in other words, we just got control of the monetary system. External Revenue Service. He's been promised that he's getting out from under the Fed and going to the External Revenue Service, which resets us all the way back to the kind of financial system we had when our nation was first founded. Treasuries back to the U.S. So basically, what's he doing? He's getting us out from under the fiat currency and putting the money supply under the Fed, the Treasury, where it was to begin with. And strategic reserves. So what's he talking about there? He's basically saying to the world, we're going to back the US dollar with gold and with a whole strategic reserve, including gold, including Bitcoin, including XRP, etc., so that people will have confidence in the dollar again and bank the unbankable. So when we look at, we're going into crypto, he's going to be the crypto capital of the world. All those third world nations that don't have banks will be coming to America because we're the safe haven, but also because we're convenient, because we're the crypto capital of the world. And this was really important. Squeeze China, Russia, and Iran. How? With oil. Well, how do we get the leverage? Well, remember, we went in and took Venezuela, and he's been drilling, baby, drill. And if you go back, you find out that a few months ago, Saudi Arabia did not renew the petro oil deal. But what? So what? We don't care, not anymore, because we've got a new petrodollar. We've got a dollar that's going to be backed by gold and backed by a whole basket of commodities and backed by oil, because guess what, folks? He delivered. America now is a major exporter. No, that's not right. They're the major exporter of oil in the world. We now export more oil, get your head around this, than Saudi Arabia and Russia combined. So what's he doing? All the things that we were vulnerable on because of what has been done to us since Carter and all the way up, including Biden. He's removing those levers of power from our enemies so that America is a bastion of strength. Let's go on down. Energy independence. So with all that oil, he's going to lower the cost of gasoline and reduce inflation. And that's something I know the American people really, really want. And when you get ready to go out and vote, just remember these things that you're seeing here. This is what Donald Trump is delivering to America. This is promises made, promises kept. Build America is next. So what's he going to do there? Restore U.S. manufacturing prowess. That's where they started to basically see to it. They executed a strategy to drive America into debt when that was done under Carter. So the realization is every president from Carter on has been sold out to the global financial elite, except for one Donald J. Trump, multi-billionaire, pledged to restoring America to God and America to help to financial wealth and dedicated to helping the rest of the world come out of this slavery system that we're in. End resource dependency. So he's been going around making deals all over the place for natural resources, for lithium, for every natural resource we need, so that dependency also is gone. And buy America. Devalue the dollar in order to stimulate trade. So we look at what our competition is on. The Chinese yen is way down. The Japanese currency is down. India's currency, the real, is down, and now America's currency is going to be down. It's a as we've talked in other shows, it's a controlled decline of the dollar, bringing the dollar down so he can do a basically a refinancing of our debt, or at some point in time within the year, maybe even a complete elimination of our debt. So let's go on down. There's another slide with another 10 bullet points on it. And I hope you're paying attention, folks. We're going to break this down in detail tomorrow. So housing emergency. So he's getting ready to restore the American dream. He's getting ready to deliver a message to the youth of America that says, unlike in China, where people have no hope, we're going to have hope in America. He's going to make it so the Generation Z and the millennials can finally buy a house, and all the rest of the people who are priced out are going to be able to get back into home ownership. And tariff dividends. He's basically saying, folks, as I'm fixing things, I'm sharing the proceeds of what we're giving with you. So he's going to send tariff dividends to the American military to say 1776. Thank you for your service. And lower our pharmacy prices. Remember, we were paying up to 4,000% for drugs because we were covering the cost of drugs for the entire world. And now we have the lowest drug cost in the world. Thank you, Mr. Trump. A financially restored America will do just exactly what we did after the Civil War. We restored our economy. We built the railroad, the Presque Island Railroad, and we basically funded the development of the Industrial Revolution and shared all that technology with the world, and basically exposed the green scam. And did he pound on that at Davos. We're going to get out from under all of those highly costed, highly ineffective, highly costed green scam technologies, and we're going to go to technologies that are going to be available to us thanks to Trump because of the Chevron decision, so that we're going to have access to 5,915 truly amazing technologies that are going to allow us to be able to basically go in and have an ecological cleansing of the world, cleanse Mother Earth, which desperately needs help. And going on down, expose election fraud. Well, that allows us to drain the swamp, and that's a big part of why he went into Venezuela, and that's a big part of why 3 million pages on the Epstein files were released. He's getting ready to show that our politicians have sold out to multiple nations around the world, and when that happens, the swamp is drained. Politicians will be running like rats leaving the ship. And a currency reset to create a financial parity between all nations. And who was it? It was Eisenhower who said, is there any man, any woman, any child that doesn't understand that significant economic disparity between nations is the principal cause of wars? And so that takes us to the next thing. He's going to end the wars and usher in an era of peace and prosperity. So when I was thinking about this, I put that gold banner down here. Then I put the future favors the bold. And there's anybody, like him or not, that can't say Trump is anything but bold. So let's go on down and we're going to wrap this up. The truth will set you free. Eyes wide open. So that's the message God gave me in 1968. He would hold me in the cleft of the rock and bring me out when everybody's eyes were ready to be focused on the solutions that God himself was delivering. We're there. We're at that moment in time. My book is coming out very, very soon. And basically, the whole world's eyes are focused on the things that are happening. Trump's agenda will usher in unparalleled peace and prosperity. So let's go to the next slide, and I'll just show you the cover of my new book, and we'll be done. So here it is, folks. It's coming very, very soon. What I'm doing right now, and why I wasn't on this story quicker, is because I'm proofing the final copy. And as soon as I get it back to the publisher, we'll be setting the final date, and you'll be able to go out and buy this book. It's ordained by God, Liberty Crusade, Restoring the Republic. So there's your overview. That's what's coming. I hope it excites you. When we dig into it deep, you're going to see that nothing, absolutely nothing that Trump has done has been by accident. It is an absolute surgical strike against the global financial elite, and it is going to lead the world into an unparalleled future that is prosperous and peaceful, and we're going to see things that we never thought we would see. So that's it, folks. I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll break this down in depth.